Hello, I'm bored, so I thought I'd just pop in right quick. I was doing the 7 days of skincare. For those of you who don't know who I am, when you show up and you're like, who is this person? My name is Audra. It's down here on the... Anyways, I'm Audra. I was doing 7 days of skincare and then it was my birthday, so like, oops. I didn't think about that. If you are watching this on the replay, hello, hi. Everybody please make sure that you hit the thumbs up button when you can. Immediately, when you can is immediately. No, I am just like full of energy, so I don't really know what to do with myself right now. And I figured, because like there's exciting things, guys. These exciting things. I'm sorry, I'm like jumping and being a weirdo. That's not even any different than any other day. Hey guys, hi Kimberly, hi K Vinyl, hi Bethany, Emily. Wow, okay. There's more of you that came in. Yes, guys, I shaved my legs. This is a Monday thing I did. I shaved my legs. Now listen, we're not going to talk about how skinny they are. We're not going to do that today. What we're going to be proud of is that I shaved my legs, you guys. I literally don't remember when the last time was that I shaved my legs. Like, it was still cold. It was still cold. So first of all, I want to say thank you guys, because you guys gave a shit ton of love on my video today, even though I like had a spot where I completely fucked up on my editing, and I'm sorry, but it happens. But I wanted to thank you guys so much, because that was awesome. I do tend to go on these little rants quite often, actually. Emily can attest. I don't wear bras. I do shave, but like it's for my comfort. Like, I feel comfortable shaved. I don't think there's anything wrong with people who don't want to shave. Like, you don't want to shave, don't fucking shave. Because, like, real talk, honestly, the last time I shaved my legs, it had to be February. Like, I think it was February, and now it's May. So, hi, Lisa Marie. I really think that it was February. So yeah, for everybody just joining, make sure that you hit the thumbs up button. That really helps out on any of the lives that you're in. If you're in Emily's live, Karacy, Kinky Sweat, Britt Clark, Nappy Headed Jojoba, Kate the Great, Michelle Wong, make sure when you jump in people's lives that you hit that thumbs up button. It really helps their videos, helps them with the algorithm. I almost said logarithm, like this fucking math, but it helps the algorithm. So just make sure that you do that every time you go into a live. That's why everyone will say that. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. It just helps to push it up so that everybody who is subscribed, sometimes you don't get the notifications, and I've noticed that too. And when people in the chat start hitting the thumbs up, it'll like pop into my notifications, even though it should have in the first place, but it didn't. Feffy, hi. All right, so I'm just opening this up right quick because I figured I'd have like a little, you know what? I do too. I like the Patreon lives too. I always feel like such a weirdo though. And that's the other thing. If you're a patron and people give you early access videos, super important to like those. Super important to like those. If you like someone's Patreon video, then when it actually goes live, it really helps to bump it so that everybody else who's subscribed gets to see the video. I'm opening this Vino. I'm not like doing a whole presentation or anything. I'm just opening it because it has bottles of wine in it, girl. Like y'all. So, and also I wanted to celebrate, and I'm going to tell you what we're celebrating here in a second. So, thumbs up. We're going to thumbs up the video. We're going to like the video. We're going to share the videos. Those are the things we do. Thumbs up, like, and share. And I don't have Facebook anymore, so there's that. Ooh, boy. Uh-oh. Bo sees that there's a box, and he's like, bitch, are you going to give me the box? Bo, by the way, ate some chocolate. And so I put it up here on my beauty counter, and I tucked it into like a little spot. He worked his little ass off. Well, his big ass, but he worked his ass off to Feffy. He seems to be doing a little bit better. It's just like the runny dumps. He doesn't really seem to get very sad. His mood didn't really change. But for all of the pet parents, I really feel for us because when all of this quarantine is over, like our pets are going to suffer badly. Like so he has the shits and it's not awesome, but he's a sweet boy. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. I just started getting into this and I was just thinking I wanted some snacks. I got sweet and cheesy popcorn in this thing. I was just thinking about this too. That's really weird. I had forgotten about this box and forgot to unsubscribe. And now I have 2 bottles of wine in here. So I'm like, hell yeah. Hell yes. Shut up, Yolanda. You did not. You have way, way too much sass. Let's see. Thank you, Emily. Well, I'm a little bit witchy. I know. And I thought that would be the most disgusting combination until I tried it once, and I was like, oh shit, this is all the stuff they give you there's a bunch of stuff that comes in here, and I just hadn't really messed with it. I'm just trying to get to the wine, y'all, so that I can tell you. That's one of the best kept secrets down here in Laguna. We are highly intelligent, but keep it on the low. Listen, I'm very lucky in that, I think we are all really lucky because we have a very good, super smart group of subscribers. You guys are I'm trying not to say fuck as much, and I don't know why. You guys are fucking smart. You guys are fucking super intelligent, and it's so fun to talk to you guys. And I'm having so much fun on the Patreon where you guys are just cracking me up on the regular. And there are times when you don't know that I really needed y'all. I finally had to tell my mom. I didn't have to, but I finally told my mom that I wasn't employed. And I was so shocked and surprised, and because she was so kind. And I mean, she's my mom, but this is kind of cute, but it's like a little ball. Okay. But she was really, really kind, but I was super nervous about doing it. And y'all just being funny and laughing with me was just amazing. So same, Emily. Yes. Yes. Laguna crew. What? I'm actually trying to start design. I have it in my head on kind of how I want some of our Laguna to look. So when I have it kind of designed, I'm going to put it up on Patreon for you guys to vote. So there's that. All right. What is this? 2 crusty ass lip glosses. Okay. I'm just trying to get to the wine. A giant bag I don't need. And I don't. Guys. It's a wine topper. I needed one of these to close up your wine. That's awesome. Now they won't leak when it's on its side. I don't know why anybody would be putting their wine bottle on the side, but okay. Anyway, onto the wine, because we have a whole ass celebration going on here, y'all. Ooh, a rosé. Is rosé good? I don't know. I might give that to my mom. A red wine. That's what I was hoping for. Night Vine 2017 California Merlot. Our vineyards never sleep. It's perfect for the nights that require reflection and rejuvenation. Night Vine Merlot has aromas of dried figs, black currants, and cinnamon with flavors of anise and licorice, blackberry jam, and flavors of cloves and caraway. This sounds decadent. Should I drink this one? Which wine should I? Well, I'm not going to drink the rosé. Hold on. I have another red. Okay. So do we want to do a red wine blend or the Merlot? Y'all let me know. Because I have an announcement. I'm trying to find a place to put this where Bo isn't going to try to act crazy. Hi, sweet baby. Okay. nice and comfy and sitting. And I'm going to just tilt the camera like just a little bit so that it doesn't look like I'm just like sitting here without like a top on. I'm going to try to pull this up. Hi, Vanessa. How are you doing tonight? It did, didn't it? Like the one that never sleeps. I washed my hair too. I've done a lot of Monday things. I have washed my hair. I have shaved my legs. Like, I'm going to go with the red wine blend, I think, because I might save this special wine para mi special occasion, para mi occasion especial. I don't even know if that's how you say that. My Spanish is not fantastic. I never said I was really good at Spanish. I can understand some Spanish. Like, actually, I can understand a lot of Spanish when people are speaking it. I just can't say anything back to them. So that's a whole awkward story because they're like, we'll sound the alarm if good kissing man shows up. You can pull your top back down. Hi, Mark. Oh my God. Hi, guys. So, all right. So I'm going to see if I can do this right this time too. We'll see. Kind of. I always do it right like one time, and then like after that, I can't do it right again. Damn it, Bethany. Guys, so I'm working on it. I think one more bop ought to do it. That has got to be the most annoying noise. I'm sorry. Steffi, really? Yes. So proud. I'm so proud of myself right now, guys. That ought to be good. I think. We'll see. I did it. Okay. Okay. So let me get it poured and we can just begin the special announcement. For those of you that don't have Twitter and did not know, this Saturday's live is going to be very, very special. I'm very, very excited because I am going to be talking horror movies with the lovely Teresa is Dead. I'm so excited, guys. I'm so excited. If y'all don't know and you don't, I feel like most of you have to be subscribed to her. But Teresa is Dead is the absolute shit. I love her so much. And I found her, I believe, through Emily. Or maybe doing something weird on Twitter. I was doing something weird on Twitter. It may be both. But I know that on Twitter, at one point in time, I was doing a like thing where I would just talk about like creators that I would do X with, you know, like not X, but like something with. So it'd be like creators I would want to hang out with, creators I would want with me in a fight. And then people would say their recommendations too. And I think that that is actually how I ended up going to Teresa is Dead's channel. And I was blown away. I was like, oh my God. So I was excited to see someone who was like just as crazy and nuts. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited because I have wanted to, like, she's one of those people that I want to talk horror with because she has that same like love of horror. So I'm very excited. Let's say hello to Megan because I don't know if we did say hello to Megan. Thank you, Yolanda, Kimberly. So I'm very excited, you guys. Oh, you're not on Twitter, not on election years? Bethany, filter, ma'am, filter. Oh, dude, I am not a good storyteller. She is a fantastic storyteller. I am a person who tells a story in 17 directions. Sherry, it'll be 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Why am I always sweating? I'm like always sweating. Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, I don't know how many of you know this when you're like on your social medias and all that good stuff, especially Twitter, Facebook, like all of that shit, you can filter it. You can filter your Instagram. You can start telling it, oh my goodness, you can start telling it what you want to see. You know what I mean? Like you can tell it, you could be like, listen, and sometimes by accident you fall into porn Twitter. Like there's nothing that you can do about it. You fall into NSFW Twitter. Like you try not to, okay? And I try not to, and then sometimes it's on my feed. And then I just have to be like, I didn't want to see that. Like straight up, like carrot taco action. I'm an entertainer. You need it's like, so if anybody who's new to my channel, and if you are not subscribed, you're in this live stream, you need to subscribe. Come on, be part of the family. So anybody who doesn't know, I actually do have like medically diagnosed. I am diagnosed with ADD. So, and I'm not medicated. I don't take medication for it. It's not like, oh, I'm so special. I don't take medication for it. So people who know me, Emily being one of those people, knows that I can be talking mid-sentence and just be like, I don't know where I was going with this. I'm going to let it go. I do that to her all the time. So today I want to also kind of just talk about like what we're watching on Netflix, or what I'm watching on Netflix. And this time it's not shows, okay? It's not shows. I'm watching movies. So I rewatched Hush today, because if you guys watch my community tab, I sometimes put movies that I'm watching, and I rewatched Hush, and I completely forgot about the hand crushy scene. Oh my God. Because when her fingers went, okay, so this might be too much for y'all. If you don't have a drink, you might want to get one. If you're not a drinker, drink yourself some water or gulp really loud, because things are about to get weird. This is how I describe this feeling. When something is upsetting to me, I get what I call a booty drop feeling, where there's a terrible feeling in my butt. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. It's just like a booty drop, like my booty drops out from beneath me. And I'm like, oh Lord. So when her fingers went boop, boop, I got the booty drop feeling. I was like, oh God. Ugh. I forgot about that scene in the movie. And it was, yes, we'll call it La Clinch. Hey, Keisha, how you doing, ma'am? Of course you do, right? It's like, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a wiggle. There's like a little wiggle in there that is very uncomfortable. Like makes you're like, ugh. Anyway, I'm going to stop explaining it because that's the feeling I got. So I rewatched Hush. Hush is a very interesting movie. So I'm going to try to explain, well, without trying to give it away in case you guys, well, it doesn't matter. If you watch it, you're going to watch it. Like if you're not going to watch it, you're not going to watch it. It doesn't matter. So the movie Hush, it starts out and you see this woman and she's typing and all this kind of stuff, and you don't really kind of understand what's happening. And it's like, it's quiet. It's quiet. So it's quiet, and she gets up, and then like, because everything's just very quiet, but she's like typing, and you're like, oh, she's a writer, I guess. And so you're not, hold on, pause, listen. Booty drop is how you summon Lakeisha. Booty drop sounds like the bow with the situation. Yeah, that situation earlier was a little rough. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, it's the whole floor. So then she goes outside, and you see her talking to another lady who is a redhead. There are two redheaded ladies in this movie. Lucky me. And then the woman's like, I read your book. And then she kind of puts the book down and then starts signing, which I don't know how to sign. And I'm not going to try to do that thing where I pretend that I can sign, because it kind of makes you look like a dickhead. So she starts signing to her. And that's when you realize, oh my gosh, she's deaf. What I like about this movie, it's a horror film. It is a horror film. But what I really like about this, because I don't traditionally like horror movies that are home invasion. I really, for the most part, don't like horror invasion, like home invasion horror movies, because that's what I like to call realism horror. And I don't deal with a lot of like, I don't like certain levels of realism horror. I don't like. Break in is what I don't want to deal with. I'm like, no. Wait, no, I have not. And I think it is because it is dubbed, but I'm going to check it again because I have a whole issue with where, like, when things are dubbed, I can't, it bothers me. Actually, Britt, yes, I did get tired of the wind blowing through my leg hair. I really did. I have told her that. I told Britt that today, like yesterday, I don't know, whatever day it was. I was like, I can literally feel the wind blowing through my wind hair. Like, she's heard it. Emily's heard it. I was like, ugh. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is if it is dubbed, I can't deal with it. Like, there's something where, like, it's just so off. Because it's like, because they always talk like this. Hi, how are you today? Are we going to go to the park? And you're like, I don't feel like anybody talks like that. And like when they get started, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm surprised. And you're like, so I feel like I lose a lot of it. It was Keisha. I have shaved it. I have shaved my leg. Because here's the thing. I've realized it's time for me to start a quarantine relationship. And these days, if you are going to start a quarantine relationship with all of our social media, somebody's at some point going to want to see, the goods, which by the goods, I mean my legs. Anyhow, somebody's going to want to see, things. And you can't be like trying to be sassy in a camera and then like your leg hair is 4 inches long. Like, so it's moss. I will try that because, so here's the funny thing. I'm going to go way back to when I actually first started watching. Like, this was when I was in Japan, and I swear that I was watching I'm going to have to find this movie and what it was called again, because it was a movie about this girl, and she had a guy, and like, he wasn't her guy, but his name was Shinbei. And there's some kind of like ring. It's almost like a Lord of the Rings type quest. He's taking this princess on this journey. And I just remember it because she gets like really emotional because she thinks something has happened to him. And she's like, Shinbei! But I don't remember if it was dubbed or not. I feel like they were subtitles. And what are you doing back there, dude? And I feel like I just loved that. So then fast forward, I like subtitles more because I watched Run Lola Run, which is a German movie about like the consequences of things that you do in like time. That was one of my favorite kind of movies in a long time that I've watched, because Run Lola Run was a really good, I'd have to watch it again, but it was really about like time and the choices that you make. And the whole thing is like, just, she's running. But there's like all these things that she's trying to do and all the different things that basically lead up to it. So Run Lola Run is a really good old school, like indie movie like that. And see, it's hard to say indie as much today as it was in the 90s. And it's not because I'm, not because of my age, but it is because like back then when movies were made on a shoestring budget, and they said it was a shoestring budget, like it really was. Like people were making movies for like 10 grand, and then it went to Sundance and all of this stuff actually really happened. And now people are making money, like making movies for like $1 million, and like that's considered a shoestring budget today. And I get it, but it's a completely different vibe, because these people were literally making movies like people were bringing their own clothes and costumes and doing their own makeup. Like it was that kind of indie. That's the indie vibe that I remember. Like that's the old school Sundance, before everybody just started going and being like, I'm in this like badass outfit. Old school Sundance was just like, that was a whole other deal. That was, I mean, that's where people made names for themselves. That's where actors and actresses, you know, like if you weren't considered serious or whatever in another, like you were on a show or something and you were trying to change your image or like that is when you went to independent movies. Like that's where you went. You went and you hung out, and like Christina Ricci, indie darling, you know, because like they just went elsewhere and they weren't just part of like regular like cookie cutter movies all the time. So that's a thing. Oh, I almost just started drinking this straight out the bottle. You guys, come on now. I got to try to act like I'm somewhat of a lady. Run, Lola, run is like, run, Lola, run. Like, thank you. Thank you. See where you just, see? No, and here's the thing. Dubbing is great. It like, for me personally, because I can see and I can see and hear. I don't have any of those issues. For people who have visually impaired and like, oh, that's fine. I'm just talking about if you have all your senses, I just don't enjoy the dub. I want to just watch like the whole thing. But I get how people have like whatever it is that they need. But for me, I gotta just have it like their voices. Right? I'm like, what? Hi, Chris. How are you? So we were talking about Hush. So the premise of this entire film and where this goes, like just abruptly, just left field, is like you see this part of like her friend comes over. You find out that she's a writer, and you know all of this stuff, and then her friend leaves, and then you see her just kind of walking around. But one key thing that you know is that she has this. Oh snap! Here comes the storm. All right, she has this fire alarm that goes off, but it like shakes the whole house because she is deaf. So Texas, Mark, the statiest of states. I'm sorry. This is for my number one. So what's scary about this is as she's like kind of walking around her house she's trying to write the end of her book. And as she's walking around her house trying to write the end of the book, she ends up like doing a video chat much like this, right? And the other person's talking to her. And then the other person that she's talking to, her friend or sister or whatever in the screen was like, what was that? And you know that she has a cat. So she's like, and her cat's name is Bitch. So she tells her, she's like, oh no, that's just my cat, Bitch. Like, she signs it. She's like, I got a cat like that. And she's like, oh. And you kind of get a little bit nervous because you're like, the fuck? And I'm probably doing it in the wrong order because there's two orders of how this kind of goes down. So her friend that was over at her house earlier, you suddenly see her like bleeding and crying and like smashing on the door, being like, oh my God, please let me in. But the woman is deaf and cannot, like, there's nothing, she doesn't know that anything is happening over there. So she's just like walking like around her house and she doesn't hear her or anything, obviously. That was dumb. I'm like, she's deaf, obviously. So it's like heart-wrenching, but you're also like, oh no. So, I know. Where are you going to go? Probably someplace like Florida with the bath salts, or Los Angeles, Colorado. This virus is like messy, by the way. And I meant the Cyrus. Cyrus is messy. I know. I feel like everybody had all these plans and was just not going anywhere. Like I had planned, like I had all these plans to save up because I was going to go to the meetup in September that we were supposed to have, and there were just all kinds of things. So I'm just sad. Oh, okay. Wait, before I forget, because I got to remember like how this goes. So when she's in the house, he's standing like behind her and just kind of making noise because he realizes like while he's killing her friend, this sounds terrible. He starts realizing that while he's killing her friend, that like she has not moved or turned towards the direction of all this shit. And he's just like, So he's in the house now. He's in the house and he's standing behind her. And you're like, this is really nerve-wracking. And he's like, he's got a knife and he's like dinging it like on he's like got a coat and he's like making this kind of a noise. And she's just not turning around. She's just like typing on her fucking computer, like doop 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 doop. So then the thing okay, I just want to tell you this one part because it's the worst part. So, he's killed people. She realizes that he's there and he's trying to kill her, whatever. And she's like, no, I don't want to know. But she's managed to shut him out of her house. And then she like writes on the glass, like, I did not, like, because he's wearing a mask. And she's like, I didn't see your face. I won't tell, right? The most eerie part of this film is like he reads her note and he stands there and he's wearing a hoodie. He removes his hood and then he takes off his mask and looks at her and he goes, hey, poof, and like bangs on the window and she's like, ah. And he goes, can you read lips? And he's like, you see my face now. And I was like, sorry. that is that, like, the first time I saw that was like, no, what a thing. See, do you remember that? That moment is terrifying. To me, I just found it so terrifying because the fact of the way that they played that out, because throughout the movie, they do things where they make it silent for you too. So you're living her experience. But I think the other cool thing about it was that there were just all these things that I hadn't thought about in the modern world for deaf people. So it was just like really fucking cool. So, oh, New Mexico. Like, yeah. Is that New Mexico? Oh, am I dumb? Am I being dumb? I feel like I'm being dumb. I don't know what's even on. It's like on like motorcycles or just cars. Curious. I'm like curious. Motorcycles or cars? But I found that to be so frightening. It was so scary. And I just wasn't. Okay, thank you, Chris. I'm not an idiot. Like, I mean, I am, but I'm not like a full-on hardcore idiot because I was like, what's happening? Okay, hold on. I'm trying to fix this so that I know where we are in the chat. And also, if anything goes awry, I can see it. Ooh, were you going to drive like regular cars or fancy cars? I'm like, sorry. Hold on. Ooh, were you going to drive like regular cars? Oh my God, phone. Okay. I need a new, like, one of these thingies, these out things. There. Now I've got this. I always try to do it beforehand and I never do. Like fancy cars or regular cars? I'm like fancy cars, regular cars, fast cars, slow cars, old school cars, like old school cars. I once met a man, y'all. That is a terrible story to tell. I'm not going to tell it. Moving on. There really is a song for everything, Bethany. Yes. But like mine, I always change the words of the song. Like, so for instance, whenever I'm thinking I'm going to take a hot shower, I sing hot shower, 100 degrees. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I always just, I figured you like pegged me. I pegged you for like doing something cool like that. Cause why would you just do that? What did I get? Oh, yay. Congratulations, Feffy. You guys. Okay. No, cause this is like To Catch a Predator story. It's like I didn't realize it at the time, but when I was like, okay, To Catch a Predator, dumbass Audra style. Okay, so this was back in the AOL days when we weren't smart and we could just get snatched. Okay, so what happened was I had been talking to some gentleman, some gentleman who was like, I don't know, 26 in England, and I was 16. So maybe 17. No, I think it was 16. Maybe it was because it was like 96. Because like we went to Boston, and then what is the legal drinking age in England? I feel like I was 16, maybe 17. I really think that I was 16. Anyways. Oh, so if you ever come to Texas, I can tell you fun parts to go in Texas that aren't like all the touristy shit. And that's a good idea. Yes. Okay, I'm feeling much better. Okay, but I think the thing was, I may have possibly said that I was 18. I don't know. But it's still To Catch a Predator, because this was like 20 years ago. So don't come for me, you guys, because I was young and stupid. And it was AOL, and we were doing all kinds of like fucked up shit on AOL, okay? Leave me alone. So I had been chatting with this man, and and we all had to sign something saying that we wouldn't drink, because I think a lot of us were legal to drink at the time. I don't know. But I know that I wasn't in choir in my senior year. And I really think that it was my sophomore year that I went to England. It was either my freshman or sophomore year. One of those years I went to England. One year I went to Boston, and the other year I went to England. Anyhow, so we've been chatting on AOL, and I finally, I go on my choir trip. This is sounding so bad. What was wrong with me? Oh my God, you guys, I feel terrible. Hold on. Hold on, like I'm getting nervous. Like I'm over here with like, ooh, hold on. I'm going on a choir trip to meet a predator. Okay. Wait, what's happening? You read that in a creep city town. What? Okay, so here we go with the so I have endangered my life. I'm going on a choir trip to meet an old man. Old by my standards. And now when I look back at this and I look at some of the instances of this, I realize like, Audrey, what the fuck were you doing? I could have got swooped up. And like, so anyway, I go on my choir trip. We get to England. We're horrible. All of the majority of the British there are not excited, because not only are we Americans, but we're Texans. So we're loud American Texans. Also, if you know any Texans, you know that we're like weird about a lot of Texans are weird about food. And so like, they were just being strange. He was like 26, I think, Mark. I think he was 26. So I am on my choir trip, but I guess in my mind I was like, I'm gonna be safe because I'm like with my choir, like my whole high school choir. So like, I'm gonna be safe. It's gonna be fine. Maybe in my junior year, so maybe I was 18. So then, we're somewhere. First of all, let me just tell you that when you go on a trip to England, I'm going to keep like running in these circles. When you go on a trip to England, like, especially, like, I didn't understand why they did this. They made us go on this choir trip, and I get it. We were on a choir trip, but like, they made us sing in this like church that day. Like we got off the fucking plane and they're like, walk over here and then go sing in this church. And I was like, bro, like we've been on the freaking plane forever. And like we haven't been able to rest and we're just supposed to sing. And we're like, and a lot of us were falling asleep. I think we went to a church service and we were falling asleep and they were all mad at us. Hi, Teresa, how are you? So I want to go to Oregon. That's a place I want to go. So we're doing all this stuff. We're on the choir trip, and I don't know how I told him where we were gonna be. I don't know how. I don't remember how that old ass technology worked then, but like we met. Listen, I was in choir. But I dropped out. You know why? Because the premier choir was called the Confederates. We're going to move on from that. So I don't know where it was that we ended up meeting up, but like it's a choir trip. So the whole choir is there and he comes up to me and like all of the chaperones and like everybody's like feelers like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? And he did not look like, oh my God, I think his name was Charles. Charles. His name was Charles. That's nuts. I do remember his name was Charles. Okay. So anyways, I met Charles. And of course, all of the choir people had their little like, what the fuck? Who's that old man near this? And I was like, he's a family friend. And like, it was just a very awkward, like to catch a predator moment. England is also where I learned that you, listen, first of all, I was young and it was stupid and I didn't understand what I was doing. And it was also the 90s and that you couldn't do these things. But that is where I learned that unlike the American boys that I would do drive-by butt pinchings on, listen, we're not going to get into, it was like 16, 17 years old. Like, don't fight with me right now. I would do drive-by butt pinchings. I don't know why that was a thing. It was a weird thing where I felt that because I didn't know how to flirt. So that was that. So I just walked by and pinched butts. So the thing was, you guys, no, definitely not Prince Charles. Ew. That just like made it gross. Charles has a murdery twang. Y'all. Listen, okay, wait. I feel attacked. Like, listen, I used to just walk by and like just like pinch. I would just pinch the buns. I would just walk by and pinch. Like, I don't know what was wrong with me, guys. I didn't know how to flirt. And I was some dumb shit I did when I was like 16. Like, let me live, okay? Henceforth, because one gentleman in London taught me a lesson, and that lesson is this. Apparently you can't pinch a gentleman's bum because he's like, hey, sis, where you going? Hey, come on now. He like held onto my hand and I was like, and he was like smiling at me and I was like, I pinch and go, dude. I pinch and go. So it was a very awkward time in my life. I didn't know that you shouldn't do that. I mean, like, I don't really know what I was thinking at that age. Butt pitching has died out. Yes, V gets it. It was a pinch and run. You know, the 90s was a weird time. Y'all. No, not that kind of lesson. This was not a carnal trip. This was not a carnal trip. The whole choir was there, like the teachers, and we're Southern, so like there was going to be no fraternization at all. Like I feel like the boys were in like either on a whole other floor or like on the whole other side of a hotel. Like it was kind of nuts. See, okay. See, we were up to some stuff. See, guys, just time years. See, and you had your see. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit better about my pension running. All right, like I pension run. Oh my God, I'm gonna have so much like weird. You're gonna have me out here like hate the great, which is weird shit that I say, like nervous goat farts, but you can't have that on a shirt. Because that would be weird. Like you're just walking around with a shirt that says nervous goat farts. Excuse me. Repressed. Hey, baby. Oh my gosh, you're looking like me today. He's such a sweet baby, but he's looking mean. Come here. Oh, that's called your little face is chubby. Little chubby boy. Oh, guys. Here, let me see if I can show them to you. Go Bear. Say hi. Say hi. Hi. Good boy. Another fun fact, wearing pants. I put on pants. I have shaved my legs. Are you serious? Nervous goat farts. Oh my gosh. No, like I don't think anybody would get away with a pension run these days, Mark. Like there was a time for the pension run, and now that time has passed. The 90s were a strange and interesting time for us, where you could just do weird shit, and that pension and running was a thing. Keisha, oh my God. Like nervous goat farts, what'd that mean? You should, well, what you do is you just fart when they ask you. Oh, and my bird legs. I forgot y'all were going to see my bird legs, so I apologize. So sorry. Yeah, he is just, I don't know. He's the sweetest. I think he's getting mad. Whenever I do live streams now, he's like going into his bedroom, like into the bedroom, because he wants to like lay down, and because it's 10:27, it's bedtime, so he's being like, he's pouting is what he's doing. So look, I got this thingy, and like you put this on your wine now, y'all. This is the shit. Look. That was a hell of a test. That was trust. Did you see that? I trusted that they said that this thing was going to work. I don't know what I would have done if it didn't. So I watched Hush. I am rewatching all of the Underworld movies. I've been rewatching all of the Resident Evil movies. Like I've been watching a lot of badass bitch movies, like doing the flips. I feel like I'm so blue, but I'm not blue. Am I blue, guys? Let me switch. And then do this thing, and then do this thing. Okay, better. I like make the weirdest faces. Okay. All right, so Bo is uncomfortable with fame some days. Yes, he is just, oh my gosh. I need to make a compilation of like all of Bo's life, like all the things that he does. Thank you. Bethany, young ladies hate on us middle-aged ladies, but we raged against the damn machine to change shit for chicks. Oh, the 90s. Yes, listen. Some of y'all today would not be able to wander around like those of us like who don't shave. Y'all wouldn't be able to wander around and not shave if it weren't for Lilith Fair and Meredith Baxter being like, I'm a bitch. Yeah, she came out. It's not, I don't really like that song though. I'm sorry. Like, I like it once in a while. I think it's usually when I'm drunk and like having that stupid girl power moment, but like for the most part, I don't like it. I wasn't into a lot of the chick rock back then because I was listening to Tool and Rammstein and Everclear and Blink-182. Who else? Because I was like very like, I'm the man, you know, me in the box. That was like unusual timing, Bethany. Like, I know what you meant. That was literally unusual timing. I was like, because listen, okay. 90s female singers, Lilith Fair stuff. Okay, picture this. Everyone, like all of them were very like rail thin, very like things had gone wrong. They were clean but dirty, writhing around in their underwear and bathtubs. We don't know why, but they were. And they were like talking about how they were bad girls, or how they were like birds and they were going to fly away, or how they were meant for you and you were meant for them. Like that was the 90s chicks. You know what though? I have not listened to the new Tool album and I'm a jackass for not having done that. I don't know what was going on. Yes, Rammstein, like some of my, oh my gosh, my fondest memories of like, so Rammstein's in a few movies and people don't know that. Like for instance, one of the main reasons I like Triple X, Rammstein. Fire, fry, bang, bang. Like, come on. Yes, Fiona Apple. Wasn't Natalie Imbruglia? Wasn't she one of them? Wasn't she one of them? Yes, Suzanne Vega was very like, no. Didn't she do My Name is Luca? My name is Luca. I live on the second floor. And it was all like, it wasn't until you got older that you realized that was a song about domestic abuse. And you were like, damn, ouch. Are you talking about Fiona Apple or I've been a Criminal? I think it was Criminal. I gotta make a play to make my thing. Yes, Luscious Jackson. I remember them. Oh my god, we just need to do like all 90s music. Like we just need to talk about old bitch shit. I am the resident old bitch of YouTube. They were like, man, now that I'm thinking about it, oh wow. Criminal was everything. It really was. It still is. And on a really good day when it's time to karaoke, I'm gonna tear that up. I'm just gonna tell you. Yes. And I have like so many variations of how I sing that song. I'm gonna try listening to Curve then, ma'am, because you've convinced me. I'm gonna try. I loved Four Non Blondes. And because like, so here is a thing that most people don't know about the song Sublime. So I came from a very small town in Texas, very small town in West Texas, born there, grew up in Okinawa, Japan. In that song, April 26, 1992, which is so funny because on the album, it gets misprinted as a different date. And then what he says in the song is different than, anyways, point is, at the end of the song, where they're like, let it burn, wanna let it burn, wanna let it burn, wanna let it burn. At the end of that, there's the part where he's yelling out cities. And if you listen very, very, very closely, he says, Abilene, Texas, and that's where I'm from. Listen, The naughty dreams and fantasies I had about Lenny Kravitz were Moss. Moss. Especially like when he redid American Woman. Thank you. Eugene, Oregon, Fountain Valley, Paramount. Yes. Eureka, California, let it burn, let it burn. Like, I love that. Okay. So I was also a really big Sublime fan, and I was a huge 311 fan. Emily knows this. I got very, very upset because I used to think that I was going to marry Nick Hexum, the lead singer of 311. And then I ended up finding out that, like, one, he was already with somebody. Neither here nor there. Also, I was underage. I'm stupid. So anyway, and he didn't know who I was. There's like so many factors. Anyhow. Yeah, remember, and here's the thing. Heather Graham. Remember, that was when Heather Graham was at like the height of Heather Grahamness. I just say the height of Heather Grahamness? Is that a thing I said? Okay, I'm gonna start saying that now. I'm at the height of my Heather Grahamness, and I'm gonna need you to leave me alone. Yes. So Nick Hexum took like fucking hot dad pills, like hot California dad pills. Okay. I don't know what happened. The last time we went live, I think I was looking at, me and Emily were looking, and I became furious because I was like, how is this man superior, like so much more, supremely more attractive than he was when he was young? I'm sorry, Keisha, but like, this is my childhood. This is where I live. Mine is Woody Harrelson. I'm sorry. Because listen, the cowboy way, okay, listen, when he does that thing where he takes off the cowboy hat and like makes that like snarky, like really confident, like cocky grin, I was like, I'm gonna ride your face. Mm-hmm. We're gonna pretend I didn't say that. I didn't. I whispered it, and I don't think any of you heard it. And if you did, then you didn't. Moving on. He was so fine. Like Woody Harrelson in that movie, just like, yes. I was born in exactly 80. Girl, so wait, Yolanda, you didn't think that he was hot in Cowboy Way? Because you need to go back and watch it because it'll make you bite your lip a little bit. Mark Wahlberg, when he was in, what is that movie where he plays an assassin? And it was a 90s movie. And like, because he has two girlfriends and he's drinking all this Pepto-Bismol. What is it called? The Big Hit. The Big Hit. So fine in that. He was so good. Shh, Keisha. Okay, y'all have got to go and watch Cowboy Way. You have to watch it. In Vogue, Free Your Mind. Come on. I did like Shooter, Mark. I did like Shooter. But the movie was called The Big Hit. And he's in it. Antonio Sabato fucking Jr. is in that, y'all. Y'all remember Antonio Sabato Jr.? We thought Antonio Sabato Jr. was so fine. He wasn't. Like, he was all right. Like, now my feelings are hurt. I'm like, oh, he was like, okay. Yes, I will go with that. Not Cheers one. I didn't like him in Cheers. Yes, well, they get up there, they're cowboys, and they do like a cowboy dance to Free Your Mind in front of like a bunch of, you have got to see the movie. Oh my gosh, you guys have got to see this. Free Your Mind was the jam. That song, ooh. I give to the needy and not the greedy. That's right. Come on now. Ooh, Paul Rudd was so cute. No, wait, not was. Paul Rudd is still cute. He's one that kept it. He kept his hotness. He kept it. Like he was just Y'all are messed up. I cannot with y'all. Yes, so like women in R&B, like yes, the 90s was just like this time where like people really did start getting woke. No, not JTT. No. I mean, I'll give that to you, I guess. I never find I didn't he wasn't right. I Axl Rose, okay? I loved Axl Rose. I was going to. Luckily, I came to my senses and we didn't get married because we would not have worked out. Our belief systems were different. Keisha, you gonna talk to me about my choices? You gonna talk to me about my choices? Yeah, I was into Trent Reznor. I was also into Marilyn Manson, guys. Like, yes. Ooh, and Orgy, the band Orgy. Oh my gosh. Because they did a remake of Blue Monday, I believe. How does it feel to treat me like you do? But it was like a dance, like a hard, grungy, like grunge pop version of it. It was like a slam dance, like it was really good. Oh my god. So like I lost my yes. But so they did Orgy did the remake. And no, not an orgy. There was a band called Orgy. Hold on. You know what? I need to like look at some of these because hold on. Like if I show you guys a picture, I think you will know like who they were. Because like I don't want to see what they look like now. I want to see what they look like in like the olden days. And like the olden days, not like today's days, because they probably look weird. And now, like by today's standards, they probably look weird. I'm gonna try this and see if I can do this. And let us try this thing. Okay. A Chrome tab. And there we go. Okay, Hi. Ooh. I bet y'all thought I was getting hushed. I did not get hushed. Like the movie Hush. Let me see. Hi. I bet y'all thought I was getting hushed. I did not get hushed. Wait, you can hear me. Hold on. I'm a jackass. Got it. Hi, y'all. You know what I'm sad about is that, like, tattoos. Listen, I need to get tattoos more. I need to finish the sleeve on this arm. I have that door open, so you guys might hear some of the noise, but it helps Bo. Hi, guys. It helps Bo sometimes when I'm on the live, especially when it's storming, because he gets nervous about storms. So sometimes if I open the door, he'll be like less like shady about the situation. Okay, so since I was gone, excuse me, sorry, I got like nervous and sweaty. I had to restart this old beast and get her up and moving again. You know, she's a oldie but a goodie. Yeah, like, thank you. Oh, you started your hand. That's glorious. Yeah, so like because like this is a whole like kind of rockabilly, like it's a creepy rockabilly theme arm, which I'm into it. And then I'm pretty sure like this one, I'm more than likely doing a life and death sleeve. And then on my left thigh, I am probably doing some horror shit on here. So I'm really excited. I have some like there's a few like finger tats I plan on getting. So I actually have all this mapped out for the most part for like my future. Oh, Keisha, are you serious? That sucks. I had a little bit on my Poe one. I have a big scratch right now because Bo, like, when he had the runs, he like kind of jacked me up. So I have a big scratch on it. But on my Edgar Allan Poe on my thigh, because like it's a portrait and I want to do a horror portrait on the other side. So it's like him. But I wanted to also do like the cliff on the side, like the Annabelle Lee cliff with Annabelle Lee on it. So like on the side part of it, I wanted to do that to kind of finish out the Poe poetry. That was dumb. Wait. So yeah, let's talk. Oh, you're ink free. So like that's fine. I mean, I am a sort of a free spirit in some ways, where like some stuff I think about and some stuff I just don't. Like I just walk in, I'm like, put this shit on my body. Because I don't know. It's a moment in time and I like to capture them. But I wanted like an Edgar Allan Poe dedication. Ooh. Also, I want to keep my ear on that storm because if it gets too nasty, I like to just hop off of the live because I just don't want like the end times happening to me while I'm on the live stream. So, yeah, I did like a goofy little tattoo stories. I'm gonna have to do it again with my So I did it with my webcam. I have a better camera, but the problem with that camera is, let me see if I can show it to you. Well, here it is. The problem with this camera is it doesn't have a viewer, so I can't see what's happening in it. Like it does in the back, but like I'd have to do a whole weird ass rig with it, and I don't have like a super small television or something to hook this up to and then do all this shit. And then it would actually cost me more money to use this to film than it would to get another setup whenever I have, like, whenever I'm at that point when I can get a setup. So I just don't really, like, this is more for like vlogging and things where I'm like trying to show people stuff, or when I was doing some of my fashion vids. So that's what I use this for. But that camera, it's a nice camera. Yeah, I've never not dated somebody because they didn't have tattoos or had tattoos. So it's like, I don't care. I don't care. Like, that's not a thing. It's weird because like I've like been on dates with people before and they've just been like, I don't have any tattoos. Is that okay with you? And I'm like, what? Why would that be an issue? Like, that's a weird thing for me to judge you by if we're gonna date. Like, oh, I know. Keisha, damn it. My husband doesn't have tats. This is why his life is always in danger. Yeah, I mean, so the only time I ever even bring it up with somebody who's not tattooed is like, depends on what their life aspirations are. Like there was a guy I dated who I think he had aspirations of like being political, and I was like, okay, I don't want to hurt your feelings or anything, but you're a cis white male. I'm Black and tattooed. I'm also Wiccan. Like, I'm not good for your political career, dude. So, you know what? I do too. So, Bethany, I have like a small tattoo on the middle of my back, and I'm going to call it the middle of my back because I'm not a tramp and it's not a stamp. So no, we're not doing that. But I have one on the small of my back. So, fun fact, when I got it, and that was like before I even knew to like really research tattoos and all that stuff, I was really, really young. Like, and by really young, I mean like 18. Sorry about the outside noise, but by really young, I mean like 18. So this guy, I didn't research, I didn't do anything. I just wanted this tattoo and I got it. But the thing of it was, I started sweating profusely. Like, this is the tattoo story. Like sheets. Like, my friend, one of my best friends in the entire world, I've known her since we were in high school. She was there with me to get this tattoo. She'd never seen anything like it. Neither had the tattoo artist. Sheets of sweat were just like rolling down my back while he was trying to do this tattoo, right? Poor guy, I think, just started getting nervous. I don't know if he was, like, obviously, I don't think he was a super experienced tattoo artist, although the tattoo is still there and it still looks good. However, it is raised. It does have a lot of, it's basically scarred because he went really, really deep because he was not experienced enough to deal with somebody who was just like sweating profusely. My friend said, Amy, she even said to me, she goes, then she would look at me and all she could see were the whites of my eyes. So it was just like, she didn't know what was up. And then we took a break like that. And I was smoking. So like I smoked then. So then he takes this break because he's finished the outline. And I stand up and I like stub my toe on something. I don't know, because I just really couldn't like see or really think at all because I was just like in so much pain. My endorphins like refused to kick in. And I believe that had something to, like, now looking back, I think it had something to do with my thyroid. So I stub my toe and I'm like smoking a cigarette, and then my endorphins finally kick in and I'm like, all right, this is cool. Then I just like woke up and everything was fine. Like, and I was fine. The rest of the tattoo was fine. I was no longer sweating profusely. Everything was good. So now it's like, it's scarred. I can't, if I got anything on top of it, it would probably hurt like fuck. So I just don't really think about it. I'm probably going to design stuff around it, but I'm not going to put anything on top of it. So that is that. Ooh, I think my whole head might be dry. Don't be dry. I got to put shit on you. You guys, the hair underneath here is having so much difficulty. It's like, I don't even know what to do with all this thick ass natural hair, y'all. I don't know. Oh, I would never get like, I'm so glad I never got anybody's name who I dated. Like, no. I don't care if I married you. Like, when I got this, I lied and said that the 13 was for his birthday, and it wasn't. 13 is my favorite number. I'm asking the universe for the same thing. Like, hello, universe. Could you please send me a very handsome, like fun, like doesn't want to ever live in my house tattoo artist who wants to love me forever and ever and thinks that I'm fabulous and beautiful and funny and I'm not a loser? I would go for that. Yes, tall. Because I'm 5'8". Like I'm fairly tall for a girl. I'm not like super tall, but I'm tall. And it's just like all legs. Like when Britt was here, like I showed her yesterday on Marco Polo because I was like telling her, because like Samantha Ravendall had a post on Twitter. She tweeted out today that she has a short torso, and she was like talking about how high-waisted pants make her look so bizarre, but she just can't stop wearing them. And I was like, girl, I'm shaped like SpongeBob, and I don't wear high-waisted pants. I tried it. It makes me look ridiculous. Like I look ridiculous. I can't handle it. So I just wear short shorts because I'm just all legs. So it's like, this is my torso. And then like, this is the rest of me. So I don't even think that it's bad juju. I just think that it's weird. I don't know. For some reason, it's weird to have like the person that you're dating's name or like with or married. Like it feels weird to have their name tattooed on you. I think it's just a weird thing to do. Night, Chris. Be safe. I don't have to tell you to wash your hands because you're a grown ass woman. You know better. Yeah, it's just like ridiculous. Thank you. I was always wearing, because like if you have a short torso, you have to like, for me, I figured out ways to dress to like not, so you can't, like that's why I wear short shorts and a long shirt, because then you don't see like that my torso is so short. Like it's a trick of the eye. What are you doing, little monster? So, to everybody who ordered stuff, let's have a quick chat about like me and Emily and I think Kara, we were talking about this. Here's a fun fact. For all of us who ordered things, it's going to be like fucking Christmas, okay? Is everybody ready for like early, like not even Christmas in July. It's like Christmas in May, because everything that we ordered in like late March and April and like mid-March and like early April, like all that shit is coming and we're going to get it all at the same time. Y'all realize that, right? And we're all just gonna be like, we're going to lose our whole ass minds. Good night, Mark, or good morning-ish, because it's pretty, what is that, 1700, y'all, 6 hours ahead. There it is, the rain. I know, that's what I'm feeling like. And here, so it's going to be weird. So here's a question I'm going to ask you guys, because I know people don't want to see a bunch of fucking hauls. Like, I know people don't want to see them. I'm probably like a large amount of that. I might just do it on my Patreon because I don't want to be like a dick on YouTube and have people be like, I thought you said you're unemployed. You got all this shit. I'm like, bitch, I ordered it when I had money. Okay. I think that's probably why I'm just going to put it on my Patreon, because I just don't want people like being like all shitty and be like, oh, you bought all that stuff when you're unemployed. I'm like, no, I bought this shit when I had a job. And like, did y'all not know what's happening in the world? Because Emily knows, like, Emily, when did I order from Kaleidos? Like, that was March. I feel like that was March that I ordered from Kaleidos. And like, I still don't have it. So like, I can rarely do math. Thank you. Have a good night. Morning-ish. Why are you awake? Anyways, we'll let it go. Yes. Okay, Emily, I'm not wrong. So like a lot of us started ordering stuff, and we were ordering stuff in March, and then like, because when I was working in logistics. So I'm going to tell you that right as things started to slow down, that's also when they started shifting, like looking at packaging, like packages, and just deciding, like making sure that it was like the top merch that was like not top merch, the top, I don't know what I was thinking, making sure that it was like the essential goods that were getting delivered and making sure that was happening. So a lot of stuff I think was just sitting in like cross docks right now. There's like stuff that like they sent it. There's a lot of stuff that they sent, but it's just sitting in cross docks because it wasn't essential. It'll get there. It'll get there. It's going to be a little bit. I fucking love you. You're like, I'm unemployed, so buy shit, fuck up. Well, it's just, okay. Because here's the thing. So here's a question I'm going to ask you. Would you want me to actually do a video of me doing my monthly declutter, or would you rather me just go live and show you the shit that I'm decluttering and why I'm decluttering it? No. So here's the thing. And you're right. So here's the thing about the way that I buy. First of all, I'm very specific about what I'm buying. Hold on, dude. Well, just give me a second. We got to finish 10 minutes. 10 minutes? You okay with that? Okay. The thing is, I'm very specific about what I buy. I'm looking for very specific things most of the time. So I'm trying to pick things that I know, like I want and have to have, and like all the, like not half that, but like there's anyways. So like there are things that I purchase like new. No, you can't have any of this because you still have the shits. So for instance, I had been on a mission starting earlier this year to get like more and more foundation brushes so I could try out different ones. And be able to have like good recs for different foundation brushes, like a higher end to, just buying one at Walmart. So there were certain things that I was getting. And the thing about me is I'm not going to buy shit if I can't afford it. I'm just not. Because I spent a large portion of getting out of a divorce and a large amount of debt because I purchased. I did a lot of purchasing, and because it was very stressful. Because, I think people just think you get divorced and you don't. There's like, you break up and then you're getting back together, and then you break up and then you get back together. And like this back and forth movement is very stressful. So yeah, no, Keisha, I'm not about that life. I am not about that life. Feffy, pop out and pop back in. Boy, you can go to your room. You want to go to your room? Okay, I'll put you in your room. He said, scoot, scoot, scoot. Yeah, and I don't like that either. Here's the thing. It's also why like I do a monthly declutter, Keisha, because here's the thing. doing that keeps me, one, it keeps me mindful, but especially it does actually very much keep me mindful, because if I see a lot of stuff where like when I went on a purchasing binge and bought like a bunch of blush or something like that, and then I didn't need it and I'm like, I never used it, it kind of keeps in my mind where I'm like, okay, I need to stop buying all of this. The other thing that it does for me is it keeps me moving through my collection of stuff that is old or unused. So what I do is like, so I was wondering if you guys wanted me to actually film this declutter, or like, cause I just, let me know. Either way, it's fine. Also, I don't know, Terror Tuesday is going to be canceled this week only, Please don't get mad at me, but it's because I'm doing the live stream with Teresa is Dead. And I wanted to make sure that we could cover like all kinds of fun stuff. And I didn't want to take away from that, because like this is a whole fun thing. So so when I go through, what I literally do is like all month, like I'll just be walking through and be like, I don't even use this. And I take it, I keep boxes, and I'll just like chuck it in my box. Anyways, and then as I do that, if I pull an item back out of it, then I'm like, you know what? I do use that. So like, I'll keep it. So the thing about it is I keep doing that. And then whatever stays in that box at the end of the month, then that's all stuff I get rid of. There's zero point in me keeping it, because obviously the entire month I never touched it. The entire month I was never like, oh, I need to use this. So I've just really started on this, like, and have moved, and I've done this quite a bit, but I've done it more now than I ever used to. But every month I just go through and look at all the stuff, because like there's a lot of stuff that you have and you don't realize how much of it you're not using until you're looking at it. So I just do that regularly. So I'm not like, that's why I don't bleed myself dry going nuts. And that's why I say, like, could my channel grow so much faster if I had all the new releases? Fuck yes, it could. It could. But I'm not going to go nutso buying a bunch of shit that I don't even want. Like, there's stuff I don't want. I'm not going to buy it because it would make my channel better. And that's something that I do highly agree with Whitney Hedrick on, because she talks about that all the time. I'm not going to buy something just to review it, because at the end of the day, that shit's in my house. At the end of the day, that shit is sitting in my house. It's with my stuff, and it's stuff I'm not using. And I paid some ungodly amount of money to buy some shit. And I'm like, no, you know, damn it, Keisha, you mean. Yeah, and that's the thing. I do that a lot. I will stock products for a long period of time before I'm like, yeah, I'm going to buy it. I just don't, for me, especially because like foundation is really my main, like my skin and my skincare and my foundation are my things, and my eyebrows. But like, I don't actually spend a lot of money on my eyebrows anyways, because I have like 7 hairs on each side. What the fuck? So I'm not a person who's going to go into debt, and I don't begrudge anybody who does that. This is the thing. I'm not going to shit on anybody who buys new releases and they do the reviews, because that's them, not me. That's the thing. We're different people. For me, though, I have to be cognizant of the fact that like I'm going to have stuff in my collection I don't want. And I don't want to do that. That's all. Like I look at it and I go, I don't want to do it. I don't want to just and I think of it this way, because like me and I think Britt were talking about this. If you look at a lot of these large YouTubers who do like brand new releases and all of this stuff and their PR hauls or whatever, I feel like you are seeing a shift from people just not really wanting to see that content right now. And the thing about that is that's always cyclical. Like I notice that there are times when I'm way into seeing new releases, wanting to see what's happening. And then there are times when I'm not into it. For me, my channel, like I love makeup and I like to talk about it a little bit, but I'm more into like telling stories and having a good time and having some fun and just really enjoying life while doing makeup related shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to put on makeup. We're going to talk about horror movies. I'm going to put on makeup. We're going to talk about the world. I'm going to have on makeup. We're going to talk about how shitty XYZ is. I don't feel like my whole thing needs to be, for me, this isn't my thing. For me, I don't feel like my whole thing needs to be, I bought XYZ, all the stuff that I bought. Because I'm never going to be a person who can buy the Sephora VIB sale or whatever. I can't really do that. I can really usually not do Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. It's just because like usually when it comes around, I just don't have the money at that time. I just don't. So it's like, okay, well, whatever. And I move on and I just buy stuff when I want to. But like, I can't justify to myself buying stuff. Like there's Natasha Denona stuff that I do want, but I can't justify spending that kind of money on all of her shit just to have a video. That's all. Like I can't, like, if I was getting PR or something like that and they were just sending it to me, that's different, but I'm not. I'm paying for this out of my own pocket. And that's one of the things about a lot of these small YouTubers. You know what? Here's the thing. So here, I hate to say this, but right now with macaroni in place, we're finding out like my mom can't give to Goodwill. There's a lot of places that aren't taking all this stuff because macaroni. Yeah, no, and I think everybody does their thing. I just don't want to, for me, if a new release comes and it's something I actually want, I will buy that, you know, I will buy that. But I am not going to buy stuff for my channel. And I feel like Emily is actually very true to that as well. I don't know if she knows that, but she's very true to that as well, because I find that she's far more interested in buying the stuff that she likes and enjoys than she is in just buying it because like I'll get views. Like a lot of the times I see that she, like, especially because Emily buys a lot of indie brand makeup, so I feel like she's out there buying the stuff that she really wants to buy, and she's not just like, I'm buying it so that my channel will be big. And I think that's the biggest difference. I think maybe some of these changing attitudes are just that people can see, because here's the thing, if I don't want something, the video you're going to see is not going to be an odd video. If I don't want it but I bought it, I'm like, hey guys, I'm here with like this fucking bullshit, like, and I'm gonna try it for you because it's new. Let me put it up. Like, it doesn't matter if it turns out being awesome. The problem is I didn't care for it to start, so I'm going to have to work myself up into some fake shit to feel like I care about it. And I will tell you, I know that there's a video out there, like it's not, I don't know if it was sponsored. It was more of a collaboration. I wouldn't call it a sponsorship because like I didn't get paid. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, they sent me, maybe it was sponsored. I don't know. But this, and that was before they put all the rules in place. So don't come for me on that. But the thing of it is they, Glamour Jewelry Box sent me a free thing of jewelry and I was to go over the stuff. So if you're ever wondering, oh, how do I tell if it's sponsored or not sponsored? I had to film that so many times because I had to get all the talking points in. And it's so awkward. It actually is really awkward. If I could just talk the way I talk, it'd be fine. If I could just be like, I like this because XYZ, it would be fine. But I had to like have these talking points. And that's always a weird feeling. But when you're like buying, I didn't get to choose the items that I got. I just got a box. So I just didn't feel as excited about it as I could have. And I believe there's a couple of unboxings, which is another reason I got out of it. But there were a couple of unboxings where I really wasn't feeling it. One of them, I think, was like a candle company. I think it was Bella Candle. There's nothing wrong with Bella Candle. I just didn't want to have a video about that shit. So it's like, I could tell looking at it, and I don't know why I uploaded it, but I could tell looking at the footage and all the stuff that I just really wasn't into it. So I just don't want to do stuff like that. I don't want to go back to the old me who would upload a video of shit I didn't want to do and didn't like, that you could obviously tell I didn't like. Yeah. And because here was the thing. I buy these pet candles, right? I don't know if you can see it. Where's my big ass head? So I buy these pet candles. So it just didn't live, like it couldn't really compete with the fact that I get a shit ton of these pet candles because I have a pet. They're pet odor candles and they're actually quite fabulous. They make your home smell good, whether you have pets or not. They're really good candles. I like them. They smell really nice. I get creamy vanilla and like a pineapple mango-y one, and it just makes my house smell like cookies, and I love that. Like and I would have them regardless of if I had Bo or not. But come here, baby. But like the main thing is, but the main thing is I'm not out here just buying stuff because it's like, oh, you know, I got to do this, or I need people to see here, and I need people to like look at my channel. There's a lot of things I know because I've watched all the fucking videos. I'm sure Emily has. I'm sure all of it. We've all watched the fucking videos. We've all fucking watched them. I'm going to leave you guys on this note because I'm going to have to take him out because I think he's got a shit. We've all watched the fucking videos of all the things that you can do. The reality is YouTube is a fucking crapshoot. You can just get lucky. Like the algorithm could one day fucking bless me and decide that they're going to put me all over the fucking planet. And I could wake up one day and suddenly I'm just gaining 100 subscribers a day. And that would be magical and wonderful. But the reality is it's just, it happens the way that it happens. And sometimes it's never going to happen. That's okay. But what I'm going to tell you is I'm not going to be the person who's going to sit there pretending. I can't do it. I don't have it in me. I can't pretend I want to buy XYZ. I'm not always going to have the luxury shit. For luxury, see Michelle, see Britt, see Kate the Great. That's not going to be me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have that kind of money. I'm also currently fucking unemployed. So it's definitely going to be harder for me to try to get my hands on like Pat McGrath because bitch don't have any money. I don't have any money. So it's like, these are things that I keep in mind. And even when I had money, I kept in mind, like, I don't want to be losing my whole damn mind buying shit. So at the end of the day, can I be a person who makes a great channel by like grows overnight and becomes an overnight sensation because I did something crazy? Yeah. But do I want to do it by doing shit that's going to get people here that are only here because I did some new thing? No, because then that ropes me into being forced to do new shit all the time. And I don't want to. Because I mean, that's why you become reliant on PR. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with PR. What I'm saying is you become reliant on it as you get a bigger channel, and this is your job. You become reliant on getting that PR, and so it does become everything new, right? I don't want to be reliant on that, and I don't care to. Like, if there were brands that would do, like, brands that I would love to do sponsored videos with, Colored Rain, obviously, Becca. Old bitches love Becca. That's one of those brands that people are always like, Becca fell off and this is why it didn't. Just a quick fun note, just because it fell off on YouTube doesn't mean it fell off in real life. That's all I'm saying. I'm just going to say that. Just because people aren't talking about it on YouTube doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I think that that's such a weird thing that we forget that this is like this little fucking microcosm. It really is. It's this little microcosm. YouTube is not the end all be all. There's millions of people that don't watch YouTube and they still out there buying motherfucking makeup without YouTube. So like we get in our little feeling saying like, this is where this brand is falling off. I'm like, well, I mean, for us, it has. Like, for us, it has. But like real life, like I think I should do that. Brands that we think have fallen off, but people are still fucking buying. Like YouTube isn't making. They're not making it on YouTube, but they're making it still. Oh, Bethany. Y'all over here fighting over luxury makeup. Well, yeah, it does. And I agree with you. I think what I'm getting at is that YouTube is like this small little machine, and we forget that people are outside of this bubble who don't care. And so in our minds, you think like, okay, just like just Smoky Glow, 100. She's gonna hit 100. Has she already hit 150? I think she's gonna hit 150 pretty soon if she hasn't already. Or is she close to 200? I cannot remember, but she's doing amazingly well. But if you think about that, in all the beauty sphere, the entire beauty sphere, right? Most people have a shared audience. There's a shared audience amongst a large amount of creators. I mean, look at us right now. We have bunches of different creators where we've all run into each other in various lives for various creators. So that being the case, we're only a small percentage of the world of beauty. Like if you look at it, we're only a small percentage. And I find this because I go to there's just channels that get recommended to me or videos that do, and I watch them. And I'll find like that brand is dead and all this stuff. And like, this is why this brand fell off and we don't see anybody talking about it. I'm like, well, on YouTube, no. But we kind of forget that people are still buying magazines. People are still watching the fucking news. People are still watching cable. They were still watching commercials. Like, this is real shit. These people are still living this life. So the reality is, it may have fallen off in the YouTube world, right? But outside of YouTube, it's doing fine. So I am going to have to go because Bo, really, I think he's got to drop another shit. And I really got to let him go do that because I don't want him to do it in the house. So I'm going to let you guys go. I love you so much. I thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it because you guys, this is a rough day. I had to tell my, it was rough. It was rough because I made it rough, but it wasn't actually rough. I told my mom I was unemployed, and she was super fucking cool about it. And I just wasn't expecting that. I know my mom's always cool. But anyways, I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Have a good day tomorrow. Be safe out there. Be kind to each other. And until next time, deuces!